Welcome to the 10 Files. Today, we're counting down 10 true stories that sound completely fake, but every one of them really happened. We'll start at number 10 and count down to the most unbelievable true story of them all. 10. The man who survived 2 atomic bombs. In 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi survived the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. 3 days later, he was in Nagasaki and survived the second atomic blast as well. Despite unimaginable injuries, he lived into his 90s and became an advocate for nuclear disarmament. Doctors called his survival impossible. History proved them wrong. 9. The woman who fell from the sky. In 1972, Vesna Vulovic was a flight attendant when her plane exploded at 33,000 feet. She fell without a parachute and lived. She landed inside part of the aircraft that crashed into a snowy mountainside, breaking nearly every bone, but surviving against all odds. To this day, it remains the longest fall anyone has survived without a parachute. 8. The soldier who fought in 3 wars. Adrian Carpenter Wyatt served in the Boer War, World War I, and World War II. He was shot, blinded in one eye, lost a hand, and kept fighting. He once described war as a great adventure, a statement that still shocks historians today. 7. The man struck by lightning. 7 times. Roy Sullivan, a park ranger in the United States, was struck by lightning 7 separate times throughout his life. He survived every strike, though each left scars and injuries. Statistically, the odds of being struck once are tiny. 7 times is almost beyond calculation. 6. The man who forgot his past and started over. In 2004, a man named Benjamin Kyle was found behind a fast food restaurant with no memory of who he was. For years, no one could identify him. After a long investigation and DNA testing, his identity was finally uncovered, revealing a man who had unknowingly started an entirely new life. 5. The woman who woke up. Speaking a different language. After suffering a head injury, a woman in Australia woke up with a strong foreign accent she had never had before. Doctors diagnosed her with a rare condition known as foreign accent syndrome, where brain trauma alters speech patterns so drastically it sounds like a new language. Her life changed overnight, without her ever leaving home. 4. The prisoner who escaped Alcatraz. In 1962, 3 inmates escaped from Alcatraz using handmade tools and raincoats turned into life vests. Officials claimed they drowned, but no bodies were ever found. And years later, new evidence suggested they may have survived and disappeared forever. 3. The man who predicted his own death. In 1974, a man named James Dean was killed in a car crash. But before it happened, he reportedly told friends he had a bad feeling about the vehicle and feared it would kill him. Some see it as coincidence. Others see it as a chilling premonition that came true. 2. The boy who survived alone in the wilderness. In the 1930s, a young boy was lost in the Australian outback. He survived for months by learning from Indigenous trackers who later searched for him, proving human instinct can rise when survival is the only option. 1. The man who vanished, then came back years later. In 1912, a man named Ambrose Bierce disappeared during the Mexican Revolution. Years later, people claimed to see him alive in remote villages, sparking one of history's strangest disappearance stories. Whether he died in battle or lived under a new identity, no one ever proved his fate. Those were 10 true stories that sound completely fake, but every one of them really happened. Sometimes, real life is stranger than anything fiction could ever create. This has been The 10 Files. We'll see you in the next countdown.